What's up, YouTube friends? My name is Danny Jones, and welcome to Jones Vibes.
Jones Vibes.
First and foremost, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you enjoy it, please go ahead and hit that Hawkeye button, like button, and then go ahead and click subscribe and hit that notification bell. That'll keep you up to date when I make more content. And also, I just want to say Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you've had some happy holidays out there. The world can feel a little chaotic at times, but there's something about the Christmas season that just makes the world feel right. And so I hope you're having a wonderful time with your friends and family. I know I'm having a great time because Santa brought some presents this year. And one of those presents definitely came with a bow, if you know what I mean. The present I'm referring to is Hawkeye. The MCU's most recent streaming show has finally wrapped after its 5th and final episode, and I'm here to talk about it. Now, I'm not really going to do a full deep dive into all of the episodes, but this is definitely going to contain some spoilers, so if you haven't seen all of Hawkeye, you better set your sights on a different target, because this is not the video for you. But if you have seen the show, like me, let's get into it. Now, like I said, instead of doing a full deep dive into this show, I'm just going to lay out some of my thoughts, so this might be one of my shorter videos. And honestly, my initial thoughts of this show was that it was pretty great. After watching WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki, I was curious what they were going to do with this Hawkeye series. And for me, setting it at Christmas time was just perfect. It just made it feel like a show that I might want to watch every single Christmas season. Whereas the rewatchability for like Falcon and Winter Soldier isn't quite there for me. And also, I just love the character of Clint Barton, which is definitely not something that I expected. I mean, after the Avengers, I came out of that movie and I remember just being like, yeah, Hawkeye was pretty cool. But I love how much they've done with his character. Like, they've added so much depth, like when it comes to Ronan, when it comes to his relationship with Natasha. When we catch up with him in this show, at this point, his character carries a lot of emotional weight. And also, Jeremy Renner is just dope. And then, typical MCU fashion, they brought in somebody that I really hadn't heard of to create this series. His name was Jonathan Igla. And really, the only thing that I recognize on his IMDb is Mad Men. So they got another person that's kind of new and fresh to add their own spin into the MCU. And I loved the feel of this show. But a huge standout to me was Haley Steinfeld. This was really one of the first times that I had ever seen her act. Like, I know she was in Ender's Game, and she also plays Gwen Stacy in Into the Spider-Verse. But her character of Kate Bishop was a very, very strong character, and I'm so excited for her future in the MCU. They did a really good job at introducing her, getting you familiar with her past, and then shooting her into the present. And she also had a really nice sense of humor. And the story for me worked really well. Like, Kate Bishop finds the Ronin suit, she gets into a little bit of trouble, and then people are sent after her, so Hawkeye kind of has to rescue her. But just like WandaVision had its surprises, there were a lot of wild cards popping up every episode in this show. The first being this character named Echo, played by Alaqua Cox. I hope I'm saying that right, but the reason I love her so much is this is the MCU's first Native American hero. And she's actually getting a whole spin-off show, so we found out quite a bit about her in this show. But I'd imagine we're going to find out so much more about where she comes from, her culture. And also, I forgot to mention, she's deaf. And so just like I praised Makkari in The Eternals, I just love this. How effortlessly they can fuse in sign language and subtitles. It's just amazing to see that communication in a show. Oh, sorry, I might have to stop. I hear a little echo in here. But the next surprise stemming from Black Widow is Florence Pugh's Yelena, the sister of Natasha Romanoff. And it's hard not to just say that she kind of steals the show. Like, every scene that she's in, it just doesn't get better. She's such a good actress. She first popped on my radar after watching Ari Aster's Midsommar. And that movie's not for the faint of heart, but if you're into that genre, you should definitely check it out. Like, it is a phenomenal movie. And then watching Black Widow and watching this character of Yelena come to life, like, she's so funny. In Hawkeye, there's the first scene of her and Kate Bishop, and she made mac and cheese, and she's waiting for Kate in her apartment. And she's like, it's my first time in New York. She does it better. But even just having those two together for some small scenes, I'm very excited about the future now. I think her and Haley Steinfeld work really well together. But she comes to New York to kill Clint. Because at the end of Black Widow, the post-credit scene, she gives her a mission. She kind of states that Clint killed Natasha. So in the end, we come full circle and she hears Clint whistle, the whistle that the sisters used to do when they were younger. And it gets really emotional. She finds out that Natasha and Clint were really close, and they were. But more on the villains, we have the red jumpsuit apparatus, the tracksuit mafia guys, and these guys were hilarious. I think most of them are like Russian, and they're always saying like, what's up, bro? And so they were great for the fight scenes as well as they were great for some comic relief. But there is a man in charge. Some would call him the king. He's definitely put his own pin down on the character. And he certainly is a tall drink of water. Ladies and gentlemen, Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin has returned. And I've seen people a little bit disappointed with how they portrayed his character, as well as maybe not getting enough Kingpin. I don't know. For me, it was enough. I was just happy to see him. And apparently it is Daredevil's Kingpin. Like, it's the same exact universe, just within the 5-year span of the blip, he lost a lot of his control. So he's trying to take back New York. And spoiler alert, in the end, it kind of looks like Echo shoots him. So is he dead? I highly doubt it. Or is he alive? And we're going to get some sort of connection to Daredevil and the Echo show. Who knows? But I was just so excited to see him back. And he's just amazing. Vincent D'Onofrio is a fantastic actor. But really, besides the LARPers, the real winner of this show was the pizza dog, Lucky. I would watch 20 episodes just following that dog around. I love animals. What can I say? He was so cute though, and Lucky, if you're watching this, just know that you're such a good boy. But if you watch the show, you know what happens. Kate Bishop ends up sending her mom to jail. And also her mom is played by Vera Farmiga. I love her in the Conjuring movies, and she's kind of in everything these days. But she did a phenomenal job, as well as her fiance in the show. His name was Jack, and he's played by Tony Dalton. And you kind of thought he was evil at first, and then he turned into a little bit more comic relief that was really well played, so... But everybody gets their moments. Kate Bishop kind of defeats Kingpin, and Echo has her last showdown with him. We get to know Clint Barton even more. We see that he's going deaf, and I love the connections between him and Echo. And also we see his relationship with Yelena resolved. But it just has so much to offer, like crazy action sequences. You get a bunch of trick arrows. It's honestly the best bow and arrow stuff I've seen since Robin Hood Men in Tights. And that's hard to beat. And I don't know, if that's not enough for you, it was certainly enough for me. I would almost even say that it's my favorite show so far, but WandaVision has a pretty soft spot in my heart, so... But yeah, I don't think I'm leaving much out. Oh, besides the post-credit scene, which is probably the best post-credit scene of all time. We get a 5-minute Avengers musical number. I mean, I heard it back in the first episode, but obviously I wanted more. I mean, I would love to see that whole thing. After listening to that song, I was like, I can do this all day. But anyway, I want to hear what you guys thought about it. Did you like this show? Did you not like this show? Please let me know down in the comments. Also, did I leave anything out that you loved? Let me know what your favorite part was, because I'm definitely going to watch this again, and I'm sure a lot of new things are going to come up in the future. And also, if you enjoyed this review, please go ahead and subscribe, as well as hit that like button. That would give me the merriest Christmas since Bing Crosby danced with Danny Kaye. But yeah, once again, happy holidays, everybody. I hope some good fortune finds you as we end this holiday season and get into the new year. And that about wraps it up on Hawkeye. So, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I will see you next time.